Was able to make it after all. Wasn't sure how long my job was going to take that I was doing outside. I had to rush pretty quick before the rain comes this evening. So I was able to go live after all earlier than I was thinking. How's life been going for you all? Hey, Micah, welcome. Thanks for coming in. Wasn't sure if I could get it going tonight, but I did some rushing around and got her done. Thanks for the pinned comment. We'll put that on the bottom there. Pinned comment. Thanks, Micah. You're one of the faithful that stays. And was it Eddie was, I think, before, and a Sane, Dusty. There's like 4 of you that kind of stay on pretty long a lot of times. I appreciate that. Someone trying to message me. Call me, I mean. Sorry about that. It died for a little while. Let me see. That is a Vortex Strike Fire, red dot, and then a magnifier Vortex. So I guess technically that would be called a scope, the magnifier, because that's pretty much what a scope does, right? It's a 3 times magnifier. It's an interesting story with that one. Where I lived in California, I could, Amazon had a listing for as a set, but it wasn't available for my area. But the funny thing was, is I could buy them individually, not as a set, and it was the same price. Go figures, right? So I bought them individually, and really like Vortex. Before that, I have some Vortex on a couple of my guns, so I usually always get Vortex. I see someone else. Welcome to the chat. Thanks for stopping by. Double tap the screen if you like this type of content. Like and subscribe. Appreciate you coming by, everyone. Micah, how's your day going? Hey, everyone. Welcome to the chat. If you like it, double tap that screen. It's super easy. You just move your thumb or your finger. It's just as easy as playing video games. Easier than that. Thank you for coming by. Appreciate it. Hey, Bradley. Nice to meet you. I'm not sure if I've seen you in here. You mind double tapping that screen? Maybe you want to subscribe. I try to post every day and do lives every day. Try to, if I can. Today, actually, I had a pretty good day. Mostly around the house. Touch base with customers. Getting quotes done. I'm a handyman, so. And then I went on a hike. If you look at my shorts and also a video, full format, I went on a hike in a cave today. So if you want to see that, thanks, Bradley. I appreciate it. Double tap the screen as well. That would be great. And yeah, I went on a excursion today with my dog. So if you look at my shorts, we just went on a real light hike. It was a little over a mile if you count the trek inside the cave. Natural cave there. Cavern, they call it. Coronado Cavern. Yeah, it was fun. I've gone to a few natural caves. Another one that's a little farther from me is called a Pepper Sauce Canyon. And then we've got a Ketchiner's Caverns and Colossal Caves. Seen your shorts and not. Have you ever seen a horror movie? I am not a huge horror fan movie goer. I do not like horror. I think the closest to it I've watched was in the past when I shouldn't have been watching movies because I don't. This is when I was younger and being rebellious. We went to it would have been like Resident Evil with zombies, and I shouldn't have been watching it. My family didn't watch movies, and I was on the sly watching. So, anywho, yeah. So yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, Coronado Caverns is where I went. It's southern Arizona, fairly near where I live. And then let's see here. I like going in old mines. There's a lot of old mines around here, so I might post some content of that. I was at some mines a couple months ago. We might post some of that too, some shorts or even long format. We'll see. So far, I got quite a bit of few views on just one of the shorts I did. I got, what was it, 200 views in like an hour. It's pretty nice. How old am I? I am 35. I'm 35 years old. At least last I checked. That's what my birthday says. Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner. Oh yeah. Burp, burp. Yeah, that's one of my favorite cartoons. Wile E. Coyote. Love that. Yep. So, what'd y'all do today? We also got rain, by the way, too, this afternoon. In between me coming back, it was raining when I came back to my house. But anyways, what'd y'all do today? And how's life been? 18 of you in the chat. Appreciate you coming. If you like it, please double tap the screen and subscribe if you like 2A content. Happy birthday. It's belated, I guess. Here's what I look like. Sorry, my hair's a little messed up. I decided to wear a hat because of it. A couple guns behind me there as well. Yeah, welcome to the chat, folks. I appreciate you coming by. If you like what you see, I'd appreciate if you'd subscribe and double tap the screen. I try to make content at least once or twice a day, depending what I want to do. And let's reverse this here again. And we also got some nice lever actions over there. Most of those are early 1900s, and two of them, are antique, so they're older than 1899. Oh, sorry about that, Bradley. Yeah, my brother had that problem before, too. There's my ammo stash. A couple guns in the corner there, too. I've got some in there as well, in the safe there. And then we've got some military ones right there. What's your favorite suit brand? Well, Micah, I have never really worn a normal suit. I did have at least a suit coat that was a modified one that was a standard to a church I used to go to. They call it a plain suit. And I had a pair of pants that matched, so I guess that was the only full set that I had. The actual suit, it was a modified though. And then I have another suit coat just like it. Old guns, a lot of guns. Yes, I have a lot of antiques, probably maybe 15 or so that are 1898 and older. So they're considered antique. A suit of Goodwill for $11. Sweet. Good deal. And then right on the on our table there, nothing actually pretty old there. I mean, I think the oldest one is this one right here. It's a 22. Is that a Winchester? Yeah. Hey, J-Dog. Welcome to the chat, brother. Appreciate you showing up. Yes, that is a California legal AR. I was in California. Yeah, you saw that little push button on the back there, didn't you? Thanks for showing up, Jamie. Appreciate you coming by. I don't think I've seen you here yet. Thank you so much. If you like gun content, double tap the screen, subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Yeah, I lived in California for 12 years, from 2012 to 2024. I'm from Arizona, and that's where I am currently, too. Came back. Take care of parents, my grandma. I just need a different environment. But yeah, that is a California legal. Good eye. You saw that button right there, didn't you? Yeah, stupid little button you got to push. And then it raises the charging handle so you can drop the mag. Stupidest thing there ever was. And then, yeah, my AK. Let's see if I can get it. Sorry about that, guys. My AK had one of these dumb thingies on it. Yeah, right? I like the racing thumb holder, but other than that, you gotta hate those things. So I took it off and put a really nice rubberized handle, because I'm here in Arizona. I don't have to have that now. So Weaver rails or Picatinny rails? Good question. I have both. Yeah. Are you from California? So you know all about that, right, Bradley? Um, let's see, Picatinny rails or Weaver. Weaver, I have on some of my my 270 and my 30-06. In Picatinny, obviously, I would have on this thingy. I believe that's what that is up on top. Maybe not. I could be wrong. I get them mixed up. I don't know. There's other types as well. Let's see here. Or maybe that was Jamie that was talking about that being in California. Yeah, it is. Yep. That was Jamie. So Jamie might be the one in Cali. The hell no. Yeah, you're not in Cali. I'm not from. Yeah, good for you. I'm glad you're not there. It is so sad. The politicians there in the big cities ruin the whole state. Here, it's one of the biggest states in the U.S. It's second biggest, or third if you count Alaska. It's Alaska, Texas, and then California. They just ruined it all. Got a Weaver rail for my Smith & Wesson Model 29. Okay, nice. I have a rail for my 500 Magnum. I had it out here the other night. My 500 Magnum Magnum Research. But I have to drill another hole in the rail for. Oh, it's a 3 rail. Yeah. It depends on how big your rail is. I think mine is a Weaver as well, but I'm not 100% sure. And then what else had one that I haven't put on yet? It's just open sights. Oh, my Woodstock stainless steel 22. It's a Ruger 1022. I would hate it. Yeah, I'm sure you would, brother. What I really liked about California was the beauty of the whole state. I was centrally located, and I was super close to Sequoia National Park, and so we'd go up hiking in there in the summer or fall. We'd go, some of us youth boys from church would go to camp overnight up at the lakes up there. We'd dunk in the water, and there'd be like melting snow still around, so the water would be like super cold. Yeah, it was nice. They don't have as much of that up here where I'm at. What grain of black powder do you use the most? Let me see. I'll get what I got here. So I have 2 different types depending on what I'm using it for. So I have a black powder equivalent. I have this stuff here. Pyrodex. This is for rifles or shotguns. I believe that's what the R and the S stand for. I do have this as well, which is P for pistols, which I believe this is actually what I used in my shotgun rounds because I wanted to do experiment, and at the time I could only find the P. I believe that's what it was. Let me open them up. Yeah, that's right. So grain-wise, let's see, what are these? I don't think it actually says what size the grains are themselves individually. The, let's see, the pistol... Let me open this up. Pistol's really fine, so it ignite really quickly. Versus the R&S rifle and shotgun. Let me take off the seal. I've never opened this one yet. Is a little bit bigger flake, almost like for a rifle. So they're more like granules, like big sand, like coarse sand off a beach. Versus the other is more like, almost like powder, like really small, really thin. Granules of sand look. Those are the 2 I have. Yeah, so Pyrodex. Hey, welcome, Bruce. Look who's in the chat. I can't remember if you're subscribed or not. I remember seeing you over on another channel. Appreciate you coming by, brother. Double tap the screen. If you're not subscribed and you're just moseying around in the background, but you do like this type of content, go ahead and subscribe. Double tap the screen. We'd really appreciate it. Let's see here, guys. What else we got? Hey, thanks. I appreciate it. Yeah, I couldn't remember. Got a box of these really old 38 Long Colts. You ever heard of 38 Long Colt? Well, now you have. I ordered some from a customer, and oh yeah, that's where I saw you. AR-15 fans, like number one AR-15 fan. Yeah. I ordered some of these 38 Long Colts from a customer. Sorry, from a person from the interwebs at a used place. Oh, thanks, Bradley. Appreciate you coming by, and appreciate the like and the sub you gave me. If you got a channel, I'll go ahead and sub back. Let me screenshot so that later on I could look you up. I try to share the love. So yeah, I bought some of the 38 Long Colt, and I was supposed to get like 300 rounds or something like that. And then I only got like 100 less. And so the guy's like, oh, I guess one of my family members didn't realize that I had that for sale, took 100 rounds out and shot it, which was like more modern powder or more modern ammo. That one's a really old box, so it's actually worth something. I had a 50 cal muzzle loader like 15 years ago and used Pyrodex brand pellet powder. Would that be similar to RNS or a little different yet? RNS is for rifle and shotgun, which I would probably use that on. I have a Kentucky, which I need to work on and get going. A Kentucky percussion muzzleloader, and I need to see, excuse me, see if I can get that one going. It was those tubes with cylindrical shaped powder loads. Oh, those thingies. Yeah. Hey guys, there's 7 of you in the chat. Appreciate it. If you're just in the background kind of floating, but you do like the content, go ahead and double tap the screen. And if you like it a lot, subscribe. But maybe you want a sample first. I've got lots of shorts and just posted some today of exploration of a cave I went in today. If you like that type of stuff too, hey, I try to post something every day, either guns or recently I've been doing more posts of life stuff. Hey, welcome Prepper. Thanks for coming by. Or, yeah, gun content. If you like 2A content or God-given right, appreciate if you want to subscribe. Double tap that screen very much. Let's see what you got here, late Prepper. Hey, what's good? Was that Stacker stream chatting a bit with what I missed? Okay, not a lot. I've been on for 16 minutes, almost 17. Wasn't sure if I could make it or not, but I was able to empty the trailer and put the stuff under a tarped car cover, and before it started raining. I'm doing pretty good. Don't know about the rest of everybody, but I feel pretty energetic this evening. It was a decent day, an easy day, because I wrote quotes for customers, contacted miscellaneous customers, and then went on my hike this afternoon. Hey George, welcome. Bienvenidos, hermano. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Cómo estás, hermano? I bought one of those 120 muzzle loaders from Walmart. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if our Walmart carries one of those. Truth is, I never got to shoot it before selling it back to a gun shop. Did you make more than what you paid for it? Hey, welcome, Arms Room brother. Literally, I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, you caught it this time. I was able to do it a little bit later, but hey, better late than never. Really appreciate you coming, brother. Yeah, Arms Room, he's here. I appreciate it when some of the OGs that got me into wanting to do lives more are in here. And he really helped me push my channel to get it over the 50. So I did a shout out to him over there in my shorts. Yeah. Appreciate you, brother. You going to be doing one soon yourself, I suppose? Or maybe you did. I know Fall Man usually has one about 8 o'clock Arizona time. And then J-Dog was in here earlier. He does multiple throughout the day, so. Pop Pew Pews, he'll be in here probably eventually. He was on earlier today. And then Tactical Llama is usually on about 7 my time. Maybe 8. He's going to pop on soon, I guess. Thanks, brother. I think I'll hop on tomorrow. Okay, if I'm on, you'll see me. I appreciate you coming by, brother. And then if you're on today later, I'll see if I can hop on or not. We'll see. Let's see, Bruce, what else we got here? Remember, this was back in the 2000s, and this was in New York, even before they required background checks for muzzleloaders. They require background checks for muzzleloaders now? New York? Like, California doesn't, thankfully. And you can even get muzzleloaders shipped to your house still in California. But, and pellet guns and BB guns. Anything black powder, it's not considered a registerable tongue twister there, firearm. And so it's not considered an actual gun. Even though people hunt with muzzleloaders all the time. Or pellet guns, those high-power pellet guns. I've got one of those. I've got one right there. A PCP, they call them. That one's in 25 caliber. I've had that one probably 2 years, 3 years. It's an Avenger Air or something like that they call it. Aventi Air. Punt guns or knock volley guns. I don't even know what a knock volley gun is, so I'll just say punt guns. I know what those are. Somebody help me finish my Hellcat Pro comp build. I need a TLR7 sublight and an Antimatter Industries micro wing thumb rest to complete. Oh, it's got a race thumb rest on it. A lot of those higher end builds and competitions that people make have that little racing thumb rest. 7 musket strapped. Yeah, and then you put it on a turn. That'd be kind of cool. It'd be like a Gatling gun. Yeah. 6 of you in the background there. A few of you commenting. I appreciate it. If you like what you see, I'd appreciate if you could double tap that screen and subscribe. If you don't want to subscribe now, you can sample my content in the shorts, or I have a couple long formats. I try to post every day. Appreciate it if you could like and subscribe. All right, Micah, we'll see you later. Thank you so much for coming in. All right, yeah, New York started making FFLs run 4473 background checks for muzzle loaders in the early 2010s. Ah, dude, you've been having to deal with it since the 2010s? That sucks. Yeah, that's just, no. It's a muzzle loader. That's the real one that shall not be infringed. Like, that's the original, like the hear ye model, right? Flintlocks and cap and ball. That's just dumb. Well, you know what California doesn't allow to ship to your house? A slingshot. Get that. You could not ship a slingshot to your house. I tried to buy one for my nephew for his birthday last year. And I think it was last year. Excuse me. And I bought it on eBay. And it wasn't a private seller. It was a company. And they said, sorry, we have to cancel your order because California doesn't allow slingshots to get shipped to California. And I'm like, what the what? And then I was like, well, that's dumb because Amazon sells pellet guns to California. But Amazon doesn't sell slingshots. It's just dumb. Oh, sorry about that, brother. Test of kicking. Okay. And if I make a sound of pain, I fail to prove we are strong enough to be bodyguard. Because, yeah, my work is being a body. Okay. Ouch. Dude, and no cup? I mean, yeah. Ugh, that's not fun. That can make a grown man puke and cry. No joke. You don't live in New York, okay. Anymore, thankfully. Whew. Free state of Georgia, yeah. Yeah, where the Georgia's at. Yeah, Georgia. I haven't been to Georgia in a while. Last time was when I came back from a mission trip in Honduras. I was there for a year and 7 months, and on my way back to the States, I flew in with Delta to Georgia. That's the last time, maybe the only time. Yeah, I have 7 years being kicked in. Okay. Ouch. Getting kicked that often, you'd think that it might cause some damage downstairs. Hopefully not, right? Hopefully they do it within reason. So you'd be one of those security bodyguards that walk around with the guns in their hands, like, say, outside of the pharmacies and stuff. Like, they had that in Honduras. They had that in Mexico when I was down there. When I was in Guatemala, they have those, like, outside of pharmacies, outside of hospitals. They'd have, like, an AK or something like that. Or one guy had a Mini 14 down in Honduras with the folding stock, like the 18. I was like, that's cool. No, I take care of a man. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, some of those people need their bodyguards too, right? Like Elon Musk has his bodyguards. I almost think Mr. Beast does. Some high-end liberal preachers do. Okay, great. Got 2 people on the channel right now. Let's see, it's probably George and Bruce, I suppose, yeah. For a little bit, we had like 19 people in there, then 16, 13, and then back up to 12, and back and forth. Because, here in Sinaloa. You're in Sinaloa. I was in Sinaloa, but it was way down, though. Yeah, no joke, Mafia is. I was in Sinaloa in the capital, Los Mochis, back in 2009 in January. I was at a mission down there, building benches, repairing them, and painting with oil-based paint. That stuff's a mess. What do you call it? The window guards and stuff. Someone please bless me with $400 so I can finish my Hellcat build. Yeah, thing is, I might need that $400 to, well, it'll be a little less than that. I need to put those 2 Vortex boxes right there. I need to put those on my, my Canucks. I got 2 Canucks, and I need to get the adapter plates. Here, Canucks come with like 6 different adapter plates, but yet they don't have one for Viper, the Vortex, the XP OP mod. So I gotta get those, and they're another $40 per. Let's see. Bruce, toss me $550 and get an AK. There you go. That's a cheap AK. What brand you getting? Paul PSA? Like my AK, of course, it was from Cali, and it's a Kalashnikov, so it's going to be more anyways. It was 1,300 cheeseburgers, probably something like that. Yeah, it wasn't cheap. Yeah, AK for $550. Maybe you're just adding that to yours. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, what in the world? Like, I need to know where he's getting that, because if I want a second one, I'm not injured on my leaps because I cannot have kids. Oh, sorry about that, brother. Yeah, that's not good. I suppose maybe that's your own choice, but I doubt it. Most of us men would love to have children and have a family and stuff. So if that's something that's with your background or history or whatever, my condolences to that, whatever that may be. Let's see here. NA, same brand as Foulman, but got discounts at my job. NA. What is NA? I'm sorry. Foulman has a... oh, yeah. Aren't you the one that works for manufacturer of those? Of guns? I've had 2 AKs, bought them in early 2000s when they could get decent quantity AKs for $250 for them. So that would have been, you said decent quantities. Would that have been like used ones or new? Well, you do say new. Never mind. $250 to $400, dude. New. Wow. Early 2000s. See, early 2000s, I was 10 in 2000. I'm a 1990 model. So I didn't, obviously, we had a BB gun growing up, and then at that time, Dad would have had his 22. He had a stainless steel Woodstock 22, 1022 he bought in Wisconsin years ago. Had Egyptian Mahdi MSR 10 and a Romanian SAR 1. Okay. Quality. Yeah. And when I come home, I play Xbox. Okay. And then after that, you go to bed. Shower up and go to bed. I don't do video games. Yeah, I'm not sure. I work at a range that sells guns as well. That's cool. Yeah, there's some ranges back over your area that does that. That sells ammo, targets, guns. That way, if you wanted to, depending on what that state's laws are, you could buy a gun and then shoot it right away. Of course, some of those too do renting, where you can, especially like there's a few of those that have the fun mode on them. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have the fun mode on them, and then you can rent those. Yeah, I'd love to do that. I don't know if there's ones like that around here. Let's see here as well, and I can get 5.56 AK like Foulman has, but I'm eyeing the 7.62 model. Nice. Allegedly. Hey, J-Dog, welcome back, brother. Hey, if you're new to the chat, thanks for coming. If you like the content and the conversation we're having, like and subscribe. If you're unsure, go ahead and test the waters. Look at my channel. I have a lot of shorts, a decent amount anyways. And I have 2 full format. One of them I just posted today of me exploring a cavern. So if you enjoy that stuff, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. Thank you. Let's see. And before the AK, she bought me an SKS when I was 16. Sweet. Yeah, there you go. I've got one SKS. I'm not sad about not having kids. If I could have them, I would not see them because I spend 11 hours in a week. Yeah, long hours. Let's see, J-Dog said we have those types of ranges, but it's several hundreds for a range session with only 3 mags. 3 mags, several hundreds for fun mode? Ouch. Yeah, well, I don't have any of those, at least in my area here in Arizona. Retraded in my SKS plus added cash to get the first AK. Okay, yeah. I have an SKS right. Let's see, sorry, I bumped the stand there. Right there. It's a Norinco. I think it's from, what's that one from? 1943. So it is World War II. The Bagnette did not come with it. I had to put that on, but it still has the cleaning gear in the back, and it was full of Cosmoline when I bought it. That was a pain to get off. I had to disassemble the whole thing. Oh, let's see. What's this? George leaving us? Let's see. Well, man, give me a moment. My one time at a year shower has come. One time in a year. All right, brother. Thank you, George, for stopping by. Thank you. Thank you. I still have my SKS. Don't plan on selling it unless I really need it. That's true. Let's see here what we got. Hey, Brookside. Thank you for coming by. What's good? God is good all the time. Amen. He's good. Yep. And this glass of milk I'm drinking, I'm 35, but I still like milk. Milk's really good. That's good too. Nice Mauser. Is that a Swedish or Spanish? Neither, actually. That Mauser is a Turkish Mauser. It's made in 1939. Got that right. Amen, brother. Amen. That is made in 1939. Sorry, my tongue getting stuck. That Mauser is. It's loaded in this 7.92. But I do shoot the modern day 8 in it, and it's super accurate. Let's see. Bruce says, I'm lucky I have a local indoor range that is only 2 minutes from my house, and my boss has 200 plus acres in the country. Lets me shoot there. That 200 acres would be nice, because that would be where we could stretch the legs on that baby. 338 Lapua. Yeah. Yeah, I need to find an open space where I can go farther than 500, because my outdoor range is only 500. And I don't do indoor ranges. I haven't in a long time. Brookside better have got his AK hammer fixed up. Should I ask what that AK hammer is? Or let's see. Nice. It looks like a Swedish Mauser from what I could see. And yes, I have a 1954 Tula. Okay, mine's a Norinco, so Chinese, but they're still good. And I have a, let's see if I can get to that. I've got somewhere around here. Here we go. I don't think you can see my hands in there. So I was able to find this for my SKS. I haven't used it yet, so hopefully it works. It's full. Thing is heavy. 70 rounds I think fit in here, if I recall. I'd love to empty that thing if it would fire right. I don't know, I haven't tried it yet. It's a little dusty, but it's full. Let's see here. Some people have been saying stuff. My SKS was a Chinese model. I've also had 3 Mosin Nagants. Okay, there is a Mosin Nagant there. It is a carbine. It's really short. It might be a paratrooper. I'm not sure. The Chinese SKS are good. I had 2 paratrooper SKS. Okay, mine is the full length, I believe. I'm not sure what model it is. Yeah, I'm not sure what model that is. A BM? Don't know what that is. A 26. It has a triangle with 2 6 on it. Does that make sense? I don't know. It's all matching numbers, but the stock. Sadly, the stock is my SKS does not match. I'm not sure why, because it's all it was all in Cosmoline. What's up? Hey, Chanson! I was in your chat after I was done yesterday. Thank you for coming by. Appreciate it. Double tap the screen. You know the drill. It's actually 10 rounds. YouTube. Oh yeah, that's a normal size magazine. Yeah. YouTube, this is what they normally come with, just so you know. That is a normal round magazine that the SKS comes with, just so you know. Okay? Thank you. All right. Very nice. Never seen a drum for an SKS. I found it on the interwebs. I have seen plenty of SKS fitted with 30 round mags. There's a newer version of the SKS that has the the AK mag, that would be nice. For what I can see, your model is a full-size barrel. The Paratrooper have a smaller bayonet. Of my SKS, yes. My Mosin is a shorter one. It's not a full size. I forget what size that one is. Don't remember. I don't have a tape on me, so yeah, it's rounds all right. I had two 75 round drummies for an AK. Sweet. Did they run pretty good? I think the biggest I have for my AK is a 40, a regular 40. Yep. And then I have two 30s, I think, and the one it came with was a 10, even though it looks like a 30. Because it was from California. Your Mosin is a model 44. Probably, not 100% sure, really. Because they don't really say what models they are, I don't think. I got my first drum for $69 from an ad in Shotgun News Magazine. Okay. My drum I got for, I think that one for the SKS was just under 100 cheeseburgers. Of course, yours was a while ago, probably. But yeah, for the SKS, I think it was like 89, 90, 95, something. But yeah, my Mosin Nagant is a 1943R, and it's all matching numbers. Very good shape. It's got a strap on it that's, let's see, it has a year on it. It's from Russia. The year on it is 1953, I believe. It's hard to read. So it is the proper sling. It's just newer than the rifle. It's in very good shape. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody finished it, although maybe not, because it's still kind of tacky, sticky-like if it was Cosmoline recently removed, but some was stuck on it. I got that and my Mauser at a pawn shop years ago. The wind-up drum worked fine for the most part, but the other was a piece of crap top-loading drum. Okay. It was the most unreliable, yeah. Yeah, I know. Sometimes when you just go all out with drums, or even huge mags, they just don't work right. They work better with the original that they normally would come with, like a 30 would be the original they normally would come with. At least with civilian guns, obviously, things that military can get, like the big old fun mode guns, they got their belts and they got huge drums on those things. Yep. Mind if you can show the Mosin so I can see it? I can tell what model it is. Yes, give me a little bit. I will reverse this camera. Let me lower this so you can peek at those. Sorry guys, it's a little bit jerky there. Let's see here. I should have put them in a different position so that way you could see them better. They don't want to stay up very well. Alright, what do we got here? Let's see, I never had problems with my 30 round mag, normal size. I got them from Shotgun News Mag. Okay. So we've got, let me take the phone off the stand. Sorry if my hands got in the way there. So we've got, let me turn my light on. No wonder it's a little darker in here. Hey. Let me bring my light over at the same time so we can see these better. All right. Hopefully that's not too bright. So that's my Mosin. There's, let's see here if we can get a better view of that for you. Right there. That's the Mosin Nagant. And then beside it is the SKS. They're almost the same size. I'd say the SKS is a teeny bit longer. And then that's my 303 British, Lee Enfield, Mark IV. I believe it's a Mark IV #1 or something like that they call them. I forget exactly. It's a really nice gun. Other than someone shortened it, and it's missing the wood and the bayonet, but it still has the holder lug there. So that I really like shooting that gun. My nephew likes shooting that thingy. I love the bolt action on it. It's so smooth. And then there's my Turkish Mauser. Mauser Schmauser. And yeah, see, it's got the Turkish symbol on it. Made in 1939. That thing's pretty smooth too. All right, let me put the light up where it should be. Put this back. Were you able to see that okay, late prepper? The Mosin Nagant. All right, let's move that back. There we go. Perfect. Perfecto, hermanos. I'm not sure what it says on the butt on that one, the 303 British, the Enfield. I think it says like DLB and then someone else's initials and then number 6. It's missing the Klingenkind out the back. SKS has it though. Let's see here. I remember I got 8 30-round normal magazines. They were being sold in sets of 4 for $14.99. Wow, dude. Cheap Eastern Bloc steel mags. I bought 2 sets and they came with magazine pouches. They work okay? Oh, okay. I see it. You don't have a M44. You have an M39 carbine Mosin Nagant. I had one made. You had one made in 1955. They're made to KGB missions. Okay. I believe, if I recall, the 39 is actually worth more, the carbine, versus the, I knew it was a carbine. I just didn't know if it was a paratrooper, but they're even shorter, I believe. I was pretty sure it was the carbine. But yeah, I believe they're worth more. Honestly, for AR platforms, the only thing I have is that one you see, 5.56 223. I don't have an AR-10 yet or anything other than that. I do have which the arms room has one too, a semi-automatic AK-looking shotgun. That's a 12 gauge. So $29 basically for 8 normal size 30-round mags and 2 pouches. Okay. Yes, I never had a single issue with any of them. Good for you. They all fit well too. Nice. I picked up some, I think it was some metal, I think they're AK. Yeah. I picked up some AK magazines, the 30-round regular ones from, was that a swap meet? Or was that a gun show? They looked fairly new. The steel instead of the plastic. They might need lubed up a little bit because I tried using one of them. It was kind of jamming, but I might have had them stacked wrong. Let's see. They all fit well. Good. I only have a 5.56 223 as well, but I've really been looking at a 300 blackout or 6.5 upper, 6.5 Grendel. Yeah, I've thought about possibly getting a 300 blackout. They're pretty much kind of like a smaller, at least I think so, 7.62 by 39. And they're probably about the same price for ammo. Maybe a little bit more than 223 and maybe a little cheaper than 7.62 by 39. Depends, I guess. 6.5 Grendel's not big over here in Arizona. I think it's more popular back east or the plains. Yeah, they're worth more than M44 Mosin Nagant, but I would definitely keep it as the rifle's tighter on the 54 round. Yeah, that is a nice gun. I'm never going to sell it, so no worries there. And I have, believe it or not, I have some silver tip 54Rs that I got from the swap meet. Yeah, you guys know what those are. Yeah. I got a bag of 50 of them for like 75 cents, $1. No, they weren't even $1. Got a bag of 50 of them for about 75, 80 cents a round. Silver tip. 7.62 by 54R, whatever it's called. What are those called? Yeah, 7.62 by 54R. They were just loose in a Ziploc bag. He had other bags too. He had like 2 more of them. I should have got all of them because those are rare. I have not seen them since at the swap meet. He sold them all. He still has 10 mil that I get from him, and hodgepodge like mixed ammo in bags. That say a box is like he finds somewhere at a yard sale or something that's just partial full, and so he'll put like mixed match of 9 in a bag and mixed match of 454. I mean, not 44, 45 Colt or 45 ACP. So yeah, somewhere I've got them. Let's see if I can find those things. Let's see, was it a bag of 50? He didn't have the price on them, but yep, there's a whole bag of them. I'll bring one out. Right there. Y'all know what that is, right? Uh-huh. Yep. They're military rounds. They're almost like that copperish look shell. I don't know if they have a stamping on the background. We got 74 and a 138. So they were probably 198. 188. Oh, it's so hard to read. It's either 198 or 188. And they say 74. So they're probably made in 74. So they're not super old, thankfully. But yeah, I think we all know what a silver tip is, right? Yeah, I got a whole bag full of them. Yeah. Those are kind of hard to find, I think. Anywho, sorry. Sounds like I'm bragging, maybe. I don't mean to. That's not my intent. We all got our oddball rounds. Like the other day, I didn't buy it. I almost picked it up. Was a box of this, but it was law enforcement only. Solid copper, 36 grain hollow point. Just one box for 32 something. It wasn't this. It was a full white FN. Military only. I almost bought it because those are hard to find. Like, I looked online real quick, and the cheapest ones are like 40 something to 50 something a box. Of these 5.7 by 28 law enforcement ones, this box is not. These are just the normal VMAX tip. Yeah, they're nothing special. Yes and no. I mean, they're 5.7, so they're kind of pricey, especially that brand. I can get the Federal American Eagles for $24.99 a box for 50. Is there a common cartridge similar to 7.62 by 54 I don't know anything about? A common one? That's a good question. The isn't the 7.7 Jap pretty close? It's a little taller. That might be a long stroke. The 300 Savage is, which I had up here last night. It's a lever action mine, model 99. That's very similar to a 308, almost identical. 7.62 by 54. Let me see, where's the box? I probably have something similar. Let me just grab a normal one out here. Well, this box is all upside down. Did I open up the wrong side? Yes, sir, I did. We almost had an ammo spill. I'm just trying to think what would be similar to, yeah, this is 7.62 by 54R. What would be similar to that I might have? I would say a 303, honestly, is pretty close than a 308. Let me get a 308 out here to match it. These are lead free, but because I lived in Cali, so I'd add some lead free if I decided to hunt with them. So 308, 7.62 by, so it's almost the same size neck down. Pretty similar. Of course, those are hollow points. They're copper honey ones. 7mm by 8, possibly. But these are about, like I have them sitting on my finger here. They're at the same point of neck down, and the pitch is almost identical. The lead is almost identical too. I'd say this one, the 7.62, is a little bit smaller than the 308, but very similar. Very, very similar. Yeah, there you go. See? That's exactly what I was saying, late prepper. That's what I was showing on the window there. Very similar. The one's just a little taller. Same bullet, different casing. Okay, so it is the same bullet. I wondered. Looking at them, honestly, I'd say the 308 looks bigger. Let me see here. Move that up a little bit. I will get my mics out. Let's do a science experiment here. All right, guys. So here's the 308. If I can do this here. Got to look at it, right? So that's the 308. I'm not sure why they call it 308 when it's Not 308. It's 305. 303. And then let's see what the 762 by 39 says. Heh, look at that. Identical. Yeah, you're right on, brother. The one looks smaller. The 762 by 54R. Let's see here. Same bolt, different casing. So it's like a 308 with a little more steam. Possibly, yeah. And then of course it's rim. That's what the R stands for. Has the rim on the end there. Kind of how like lever actions are and pistol rounds for revolvers. Just like 762 by 39, they're the same bullet, different casing. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Learn something new every day. They say you can't teach old dogs new tricks. Well, we just learned something new. I don't know if it was a trick. Prepper, does that apply to 762 by 20? Good question. Let me get my calipers out for that. I've got some of those. I've got some remans that never want to fire right. I bought them super cheap. So let us get the calipers out for that. So we've got, let's see here, zero this out here, zero that out. Okay, so let's see here. Here's the Tokarev. Let's see. So those are, what does that say? It's upside down, right? 30010. So maybe a tad smaller. No, it's the same. Same size, you're right. It's just 25 because that's the length of the whole thing instead of 54. I don't know what they're saying 25 is for. Let me check real quick. It's probably the case size, right? That's what I always figured. 25 millimeters is probably what they go by. Let's see. Pretty much. The length of the case is not quite 25, but close. Sure enough. Well, that means this should be 54 then. 762 by 54. Yep, right under. Probably because I have to trim them a little bit to fit properly. Yep. Instead of 54, just under. Excuse me. Let's see, you guys have been talking a little bit. Sorry about that. 762 by 54R is hotter than 762 by 51. 762 by 51. Do I have one of those? Well, that would be 762 by 51. That'd be a 308, right? The NATO round? Which is technically a 308, I guess. Due to the case spacing, but 308 ammo going to be your 54 ammo. Okay, very cool. Learn something new every day. Yeah, 25 is the case length, I think. Yes, like I showed in the calipers. It's just, both of them are just barely shorter than they say. You know, they got to compensate somewhere, I guess, you know. Guys, come on. Tell the truth. Let's see here. I gotta put that back. 762 by 54R. Put that back there. Two of you in the chat. Be nice if more would pop on some more, but we had a couple up and downs there. I gotta reorganize my ammo. I keep grabbing stuff out of it and it shifts it around. Another one that would be pretty similar would actually be the 303 British. Let me get one of those out here. I actually prefer the British, the 303 British. So let me get one of those versus the 762 by 54R. That's pretty similar. They were competing with each other at the time. I actually prefer the 303 British. It's actually, don't tell the fanboys, it's more accurate. Yeah, it penetrates better. The fanboys of the 762 by 54Rs just left the chat. So here's a 303 British. So we'll measure that one. And it's, oops, we're in millimeters. We don't need millimeters. We want inches. So that's 303 British is 309, 307. 7.62 by 54R is a little bit smaller. Very similar, very, very similar. But the case on the 303 British is smaller around, but it's taller. So it's probably just as potent, would be my guess. I didn't look up energies, but they both have a rim on them. But I actually like the 303 British better, I'd say. It seems like it penetrates better. Like I penetrated through steel with this, that this one did not penetrate through. Now, I don't know if it's because it's more aerodynamic or what. I have no idea, like the bullet coefficient. No clue, but very similar. Those would be pretty close as well. Not as close as the 7.62, I mean the 308 and the 7.62 by 54, in my opinion. Let's see, yep, 7.62 by 51 is 308, only different is 308 is hotter load. Yeah, that one's the reverse. The NATO round is less powerful versus 5.56 NATO round is more powerful pressure load than the 223. They go about the same, 223 and 5.56 usually go about the same feet per second. But yeah, they're the opposite. The NATO round is actually slower for the 7.62 by 51 versus 308. Someone told me that, yeah, if you want to shoot a 308 in a 7.62 by 51R chambered only, you don't want to. Same with, you know, an AR, if it doesn't say 5.56, don't shoot a 5.56 in it. Which, the only ones I know that are like that would be like bolt action, what do you call it? Bolt action rifles that I've seen that are specifically 223 only. I've heard that 7.62 by 51 isn't loaded as hot because it's loaded for machine guns, but I'm not sure if that's true or not. That could make sense. I mean, I do know that you do have to have quite a bit of power for that to reciprocate the hammer and, you know, the working. So you would think you'd need enough power, but yeah, maybe too much would make it worse. Let's see. I think you can load the 303 bullet into the 54R casing. I wouldn't recommend doing it, as it would need to bust out my reload book. Yeah, I have a couple reload books down the bottom there. I don't know if it says, or my uncle to check if that is right. Let me see if it says anything here in my reload book. If it's got those rounds in there. I got one of those Hogdens, but it doesn't have 2520 in here. It's got 3220, but not 2520. So I had to do some research for that and dig out some other old reloading books a friend of mine gave me. Customer of mine, sorry. Let's see. We're looking for 303 British. Let's see if that's in here. Definitely would be in the older book I have. 338 Winchester Magnum, 338 Weatherby, 338 Federal, 300, 303 British. So the diameter of the bullet, depending on what brand you get, is different. It's either .311 for a spring. Well, I don't know what brand that is, but if Hornady is .312, so it's technically a 32 caliber then, because that's what the ones are for. They're .312 that I use in some of my stuff. Yeah, depending what brand you get, Sierra versus, yeah, Sierra Hallpoint Boat Tail is .311. Hornady's are .312. Another Sierra .311. So Hornady's are .312, and other brands are .311 for 303 British. Hey, Sane, welcome, brother. Let's see here. I think you can. Okay, we already did that. Where's Micah? He was in here earlier. He had to go. All right. Well, I'm gonna head to bed. Hopefully, I can show up next stream. I just got the notification. No worries, brother. Thanks for showing up. Yeah, double tap the screen. Appreciate it. Okay. Let me see if I can find the 7.62 by 39. Here's 7.62. Sorry, by 51. That's weird. They don't have that in here. They have 7.62 by 39. Let's see if they got it further back. They might. 7.62 by 51 NATO is loaded at NATO laws, as they don't want over penetrating things when in combat. As a 5.56 NATO, they want it to penetrate walls and plates. That's true. That's true. I'm sure. 30-06, which is a 308 projectile. That's the parent case of the 308. 330, 300 blackout. Huh. My loading manual doesn't have for 762 by 39. Sorry, by 71. Or by 54. Why? Es loco. This is a new book. Like it should have that in here. And this is a 2004 printing, I think. That's weird. Let me see. Yeah, this printing, it's by Hogdons. Maybe I already said that. No, this is a 2005 printing. This one right here, 2005, and it doesn't even have that in here. So it's new. That's weird. It doesn't have 2520, which I use for my lever action. It doesn't have 762 by 51 or 762 by 51. That's weird. It's got 303 British though. Okay. That's strange. It might have some of the Mausers too, I'm not sure, but well, if any of you all in the background just sitting there listening, appreciate you coming by. If you like the content, double tap the screen, and if you want to subscribe but unsure, go ahead and check the rest of my channel and give it a try. If you like it, go ahead and subscribe. Thank you for coming by. Appreciate it. Got 13 likes, 3 of you in the chat. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. Not many people reload that or 54 hours as 303 is seen as a software round for hunting. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it does seem like they'll just get themselves a 308, I guess. 303 is a little hard to find. Not too bad, though. I have most of my boxes of 303. I have a few boxes are the PPU. I think I got one box of Remington 303, which is 174 grain, and so are the Full Metal Jacket Boat Tail 303s. Yeah, those are 174. And then the Remington UMC 303s, those are the same weight. They're probably the same bullet. But a lot of people still use 303, their old guns like I have that's been sporterized, or they'll take the wood stock off and put a plastic polymer one on and hunt with them because they're a good gun. They're great. Good for hunting. I haven't shot anything with other than targets. Maybe I should bring that hunting. That'd be cool. Take that hunting to do my whitetail. I got whitetail mid-November, second week of November, I believe. So that'll be nice. I've never gone deer hunting. Coyotes, squirrels. What else? Nothing really. Let's see here. I might have a dumb question. What does sporterize mean? Okay, so let me bring my phone. So see how this military Mauser, it's pretty much all the furniture's there. All the wood's on from top to bottom. This Mosin Nagant, all the wood's there from top to bottom. And the SKS, all the wood's there that originally came with it. Oh wait, here's a 303. Where's the wood? There's nothing there from there to there. And the top has nothing. Oh, and there's no bands holding anything on. Oh wait, that one's been sporterized. That's what it means. Make sense? Some people call them Bubbud. I think Bubbud would be burst though, because you like add all this dumb stuff on that might be functional, might not be. Now that rifle on the table there, it looks like it's sporterized, but that is original. That is a Remington 22 bolt action single shot gun show special. It's actually worth quite a bit. I got it for 120 cheeseburgers. It's worth actually close to 300 to 400 cheeseburgers. I was shocked when I looked it up. It's a 24A or something like that. I forget exactly. Let me find it. Here, take a look at those real quick. Hey, look at those guns. Those are nice. Model 27A, I think it was. 67A? Forgot already. Yeah, look at them, nice. That's history right there on the wall, brothers. Brothers and sisters. It's a 67A. I think someone knows sanded the stock. I'm not sure. Possibly. What was your first 9mm you ever bought? Mine was this one here. That right there was my first 9mm ever bought. It's an FMK. The worst trigger there ever is. The reset is at the very end, but it's accurate. Before that, my first pistol I ever got was I've had it out here before. It's a revolver. First revolver I got was a 32 Smith & Wesson. Got it at an antique store. First gun ever that was a registrable one was a 22 Mark II bolt action Savage. Like my ZF4 MP5 clone. I have an MP5 too clone. It was out here the other day. It's by Century Arms with HK parts inside. Someone switched it out. Took the original plastic parts off and slap over price plastics on it to make it look cooler. Okay. My first was a CZ P07, which of a 9mm. Nice, nice. I hear the CZ 75s are pretty nice for the 9mm. I've looked at one of those. I thought about getting one of those, a CZ, one of those ones, or paying a little more and getting the Shadow 2, but instead I got my I have a short on it. My where I was shooting, my Canon TTI Combat. But yeah, that was my first 9mm right there, FMK. I think they're still around. They came out with a second generation where the slide is cut on top for an optic, which you could buy just the slide for like $200. But it's like, well, I got the gun for $2.89 cheeseburgers, so it's like, come on. 75 is very nice, but I'm saving up for the Shadow 2. Yeah, Shadow 2. Local gun shop had an orange handled one when I first moved here, like a couple months after I moved here, for I think it was 1,100 or right under 1,000. It was lightly used. Versus now they have new ones there with blue handles, and I'm sure they could order you an orange handled one. They all look cool. For I think they're $12.50, if I recall, or are they 14 something? I get it mixed up. They have a PDP in there that's like the top of the line Match Pro. That's like 12 something. That's a nice looking gun. Super nice trigger. Barely used. My first was CZ75B, okay? Omega 9mm sold it to get a Beretta 92F. Yes, 92F, nice. That was another gun I thought about getting, was a 92 Beretta. One of the nicer ones that are about $900 each. Not gonna lie, I wanted to get the CZ Parrot. Whoa, for 3,400. I think the one I was looking at was called the 92 model Onyx. Is there a model called an Onyx? I'm thinking it's an Onyx. I can't remember. It's like one of their higher end 92s. It's a stainless steel. It's almost not quite tactical looking, but almost. I don't think I've ever heard of that. I just took a screenshot of it. I want to look that up. CZ Parrot. That's nice. I mean, if you're paying that much, why don't you get a Staccato? Possibly. Hey, Below Average Guy just went live. Should pop over there with my tablet. Be right back. Onyx. Close. I said Onyx, not Inox. I was right on. I was thinking it was ONXY. Almost, right? I seen them want one as well. Yeah, but they're I think they're like 1,400 too. We'll be right back. I'll get my tablet. I want to what's his name's real quick. Utah Dads. Alright guys, I am back. Going over on my tablet. over to Utah's dad so I can like on his real quick. Let's see here. Yep, he's gone live.
Before I go downstairs.
Get his up real quick. Let's see here. So I'm trying to get in the live feed versus just a live. Who else is going live right now? The tablet does a weird way when it does live. I don't really particularly like it. Brothers with blinkers. It's not like a live feed where almost like how shorts are. I prefer the way lives are like shorts. Anywho. Let's see if I can send him a message here. Hello. Here we go. Alright, sorry guys. Let's see. They have a retro tactical Vive. Which one? The Inex or the Parrot? Let's go ahead and double tap that screen. Which you can't do that in this type of live for some reason. Double tap the screen. Other than to speed up. Unless I get to the other type of lives. Yeah, the arms room is over there. An average citizen. Who else? Uh-oh, we're having problems with my tablet. He's trying to freeze up. FLN Man's going to pop on pretty soon if he gets to it. The Inox. Okay. Yeah. I really like the look of that one. That's why I thought about getting it. Stainless. I think it's got the blackish color handles. But so my first semi-automatic pistol I ever bought was this one right here. With the white handles from a swap meet years ago when I lived here in Arizona before. Hey, J-Dog just came live. Got it for 100 cheeseburgers. It's a Rigarmi Barasca made in Italy. That's the one I was talking about in the chat the other day that was, wood grips on that would look pretty on that Onyx. That's the one I talked about that I don't shoot much because the extractor, for some reason, when the blowback of the cartridge goes off, it blows the extractor out, and then to try to find an extractor is a pain. I made one and then hardened it. I don't know if that works or not. I found it's really hard to find parts for that thing, at least certain parts of it. The other one is a flip-up barrel Taurus. I think it's a, what is that? A PT-22? I think so. I think that's what it's called, a PT-22. Sorry guys, I'm trying to get my tablet going here and I'm pushing wrong buttons. It's not very loud. They're far away from the mic, I guess. Sorry, guys. Parts are hard to find for older guns. Yeah. That is from, I think it's the 40s or 30s, that Barasca Beretta. No, it's a 57, sorry. It's the late model 57, they call it, versus the early model was a different design. I was able to find mags for it. I found a triple K mag for it. And then my local little gun shop called Second Amendment, love that name, has it. Hey, welcome, brother. I don't know how to pronounce your name. How is it? Seuss, I think? Almost like Zeus, but Seuss. Welcome. I'm not sure if I've had you in here yet. Thanks for coming by. Double tap the screen, and I think you're subscribed to me, if I recall. I screenshot you the other day, and I forgot to subscribe. I don't think I did. Let me screenshot that, and if I didn't, I will subscribe to you if you've got a channel. Seeing if you were over there at the arms room, or not the arms room, Utah Dad average Utah Dad. Below average. Okay, let me screenshot that. I'm at, okay. There's another way you can actually tell what people's channel handle is. That little crown you have by you, you could either click on that, or there's a crown at the very top left that says top fans. If you click on those and scroll through, it'll actually show their handle name if it's not too long. Like, especially with if you got a crown behind it, you can't see the rest of it. Like, I can see yours is called at Moist Beans 12, and then the rest I can't read. Or Brookside Farm. I can see his because it's short enough. But J Dogs is too long. But the rest of them, yeah, you can see their handles there. What was the raffle I saw you shooting earlier? Is it the one on screen? Shooting earlier? I didn't shoot any rifles the other day. I did do a short of that one, the AR right there. I just did a short this morning. Is that the one you're talking about? If so, that's it. I didn't shoot it though. I commented on a video yeah, the short. Yes, that was that one. That's that one right there. That is a Delton AR-15. It's in 5.56. I don't own. That's the only AR platform I own, and it's in 5.56. And it's a California legal. Yeah, a guy hopped on here earlier and said, "Hey, is that a California AR?" And I'm like, "How'd you know?" And I'm like, "You probably saw that push button right there, right?" And he's like, "Uh huh." It's a Delton. Hey, what's up, gunshots? Yeah, these dumb California ones. You got to push that button so it raises the charging handle setup, and then you can push the button to release the mag. That's how Calis are. Now for AKs in Cali, instead of having that or a fixed mag, we got to load them in. You put one of these dumb, stupid wings on. Well, when I moved to Arizona, that thing came off like 2 weeks after I moved here, maybe a month. I like the racing dumb handle thing, but not the dumb, stupid wing. So that went out, and I got a nice focus grip or something, rubberized one. Thanks for coming, Gun. Double tap the screen. I believe you're subscribed to Mayor Radio. I appreciate it. Gunshots. I saw you earlier today, and was it Pop-Up Hughes again? Or was it J-Dogs? I can't remember. Tipman makes paintball guns, but I want their AR and 22 WMR, but it's about $800. For 22, that's a lot. But it's an AR, so wish it'd go down in price. Uses 22 WMR, just is $15 for 50 rounds like that. Yeah, it's the same price. Yeah, it's like, come on. 5.56 is just too expensive, but I might rent one at the range since they do free rentals. Okay, it's included with your range price. That's nice. That Delton, I don't know if you know or not, but Delton they quit making. I don't know what company bought them. I know Anderson and Ruger bought them, but they just bought them. Delton went out of business about a year ago, maybe. They're not around anymore. I don't know who bought them or if they just went belly up. I'm not sure. But they're a nice middle-of-the-road AR. They're better than Anderson. They're better than, what's that other one? There's a couple kind of low-end stuff. I'd say they're as good or better. I'd say they're better than a Ruger, a Delton. Sorry, Ruger. You just don't make the greatest AR. The Delton's better. At least that one. Is that price you can get a Ruger 1022 and some upgrades? I know, right? They're not as much as a as accurate or as far as powerful as a WMR. I have a membership, so the range is $30 a month, unlimited time of visits. You don't need a membership to get the free rentals. That's nice. The AR I have was only $190. What does that shoot again? The AR you have? I mean, I paid $750, $780 cheeseburgers for that, and then I got the sights on top there. But the other furniture was already on there. The Magpul, $22. Okay. Wow. What brand is it? Like, that's pretty cheap. Sorry, guys, I'm typing out on average Utah, under average Utah guy. The AR I have is a Turkish rendition Rock Island Armory. Okay, yeah. Super cursed. Oh, well, that's not good. Some Turkish are great. My Thesis that you might have saw on my short, the double stack Thesis, The Night Stalker, it's a Turkish. It works great. The only thing it doesn't like is 115s. I have to run 124s. Otherwise, the slide doesn't go into battery very well. I haven't been using it because I got my Henry Mare's Leg. Oh, nice. I know the Mare's Leg 357s, they fly off the shelf like crazy. They look cool as ever. So I'm probably going to sell the TM22 Feather AR. Okay. Google the TM22 Feather. It's so disproportionated and cursed as F. Okay. I will look that up. I got the Mare's Leg on Gun. Sorry, I got a screenshot in the way there. Gun Broker. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I get a lot of stuff from the interwebs from there. Most of my, actually all of my online order stuff from the interwebs would be from that site. There's other ones out there. I haven't dabbled in them. I've looked at a couple auction sites and stuff, but I haven't dabbled in anywhere else. So yeah, the live I posted the question I had. We got 4 of you here, I guess. Was what's your scariest experience in life? Like maybe it was a bad car accident, or maybe you're rock climbing and the rope slipped and you almost fell, or maybe it was you survived an airplane crash. I mean, I don't know, right? That was the question for the channel. I haven't asked it yet this evening. Like last night was the minimal load you could use to shoot an elk. The evening before was the best round for bears. Of course, everybody said 50 caliber, but I'm like, well, yeah, everybody can afford a 50 cal, you know. I don't have one, let alone the practicality of carrying the thing around. Scariest experience was being in a meth lab shootout at my mom's house. Dude, yeah. One of my craziest ones, I guess, was when I was rock climbing. I just got super scared. It wasn't like I slipped or anything. Let's see here. And then another car accident I got in one time. I had my 2 other brothers that are older than me. We were driving a trailer that was loaded wrong, so it started fishtailing, and we went up on our side and banged into a hill, and I was just hanging. Nobody hurt. Oh God, suicide. I looked up the TM22 Feather. Whoever built that needs to have their rights taken away. Hey, Tactical Llama, welcome to the channel. There's 5 of us in the chat. Appreciate it. If you like what you see, go ahead and double tap the screen. If you don't want to subscribe, you want to give it a test drive, go and look at the rest of my shorts. And if you like what you see, go ahead and subscribe. Thank you. Hey, Llama, what you cooking? Yeah, what you doing? You're probably going to go live yourself soon. Maybe you already did. I didn't get any alerts, but you know how that is. Shadow banning YouTube. Gotta hate them. Got to hate them. Yep. Yeah, I popped on, was it last night over at your place after mine? I just got done with mine at that time. Not tonight, okay. I almost didn't do one tonight, so I did put a short saying I don't know if I'll be able to because of some stuff, but I was able to get that stuff done before it started raining and sprinkling again, so we're good. I was able to start. I was an hour later, but hey, that's how last night was too. So, better late than never, as I always say, or people say. How you doing, by the way, Tactical Llama? Had a many scary moments. Oh, I'm sure you did. Are those smaller pistols on the right 25? No. Seuss, this is a 22. It's a Rig Army from, they call it the early model 1957 Rig Army. And this one is a Taurus 22 LR with the tip-up barrel. Oh, good. Glad Tactical. Yeah, we need those once in a while. I almost did that tonight because I felt a little rushed at first. But then I was like, oh, no, I can do it, no problem. That is a neat little gun. It's hammerless, or at least it's not hammerless as in like it's not there like a striker fire. It actually has a hammer, but it's like non-existent, as in like it won't hang up on your pocket. Like I'll go ahead and hoover over it there. So what is that? That is a PT, is it, or a FT? PT22. Some people have problems with theirs. Mine's fine. And then yeah, here's this little one right here, made in Italy. The other side would have the brand. It's a Bresca, Rigarmi Bresca, and then this is my Makarov. Someone commented that they had a 308 of it on one of my shorts. And then this one is my FMK. What's kind of cool, it has a lot of sayings on it. Like this one says, "Thank you, Armed Forces." Some of them have that, plus on the extractor it'll say something. And then the very back of this thingy says, "Freedom and Liberty." I don't think you can see it, the center there. Let's see here, what else? We got some stuff so in here. Hopefully you guys aren't motion sickness. Oh, haha, I saw a 25 ACP at my range gun, kind of for $100, but it was so tiny I couldn't grip it to rack the slide. Okay, yeah, I have a Jennings 25, which is actually the better of the 25s for the cheap. And then I have one of the worst ones that are made by Lorson. They also, Raven was another one that makes one identical. Baco was another one, I think it's called, but that one was on the better side because they went along with Jennings. Sounds good, Llama. Still working up to 50 subs so I can stream with you and the others. You still have your 47? 46. Oh, dude, it went down one. So, like, mine went down too. I had 107 yesterday. Then it went to like 104, and then now it's sitting at 103. It's like, guys, what's going on? What did I do to make you lose my subs? Upload some videos this Friday. Good. That'll help. That'll help. If you get, I think you can see it on normal YouTube, but you can get a better feel of how your videos are doing on YouTube Studios, or just Studios, I think it's called, where you can actually see how many subs each of your videos are getting. Like it'll say, okay, this short got 5 subs so far. This live got 6. This one got 2. Now live, when you go to close it down, it'll show how many subs you got or how many conversations were back and forth, how long it was, stuff like that, how many people came in total. But under analytics, something like that, it'll say in Studio how many subs you got from each individual stream that you have. It's pretty cool. I like that. Yeah, I don't really get many views on my few videos. I haven't really been posting. I mostly post music stuff. Okay. Again, Seuss, I'll go over there and see if I subbed or not. Maybe you looked, I don't know, to see if I am. Asane already left. Micah's been gone a while. Who else? I had a couple pop in just for a little bit. Arms Room came in, and then so did a Hanson 243, I mean, 243. They just popped in to say hi, and then like Llama. Of course, Llama talked a little longer. Thanks for doing that. I don't think he's on anymore. Let's see. I mean, I wish I could get the whole slew that's over there at average or below average Utah Dad over on mine, but he's got 31 people on right now and 17 likes. Let's see what we got here, folks. 29 people watching on his now. I check, and most of the short on my MP5 hit high numbers, so I need to make more shorts. Maybe more of the MP5. Like, I need to do some more content with the ones I got a lot of views. I got a lot of views on 2 of my double barrel shotguns. One of them I did like 3 weeks ago. It has 1,600 views. The other double barrel I did like a week ago or a little less. It just reached 1,600 views as well. My old double barrel 10 got 5 something or 6 something. And then I have that video of my donkeys when I first got them. That one's got almost 600. But some of them, like, it doesn't make any sense. They only have like 30 something views. Like one of my lever actions, you'd think lever actions are an in thing. It has maybe 110 or something, barely anything. Some of my handguns only have 30 something views still. It's just the algorithm or how you type it out. I started doing that hashtag thing and using the hashtags they suggest. Let's see here. I like how you guys watch other streams while streaming. I gotta support the homies. Yeah, I have Utah dads in the background right now because I want to just kind of see what's going on, listening to what they've got going. It's not that I can so you can hear them. I'm talking about a Chris Vector right now. The views I get are very weird. What I think will do bad goes good, vice versa. That's true. I need to do one of my MP5 yet and do the little slap. Everybody loves that slap. My short on my MP5 hit 88 views. May make one of the Remington 870 and one of my MP5 slaps. There you go. 870, is that a bolt action? I believe so. Most Remingtons would be bolt action. They have made a couple handguns. Not that many, though. I think they made a 1911 version and probably like a Browning High Point version, I think. Mess up the algorithm, use hashtags like Call of Duty and Murica. Maybe do like a bunch of random things gun enthusiasts to probably watch. True that. Like, yeah, probably gaming stuff. I mean, sure, that's... People use some of the same guns we have in gaming, so like, I mean... There's some games that has Makarov. There's some games that have, I mean, probably 22. I don't know about that type. Definitely those. Definitely that thing in the corner over there, the Lapua. There's those in video games. Games got you into guns. And then if like, gamers do like lever actions too, like Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2. They've got those. Any more new FPS games suck. FPS, sorry. I mean, I know that stands for feet per second, but what does it really stand for? .870s are... Never played Red Dead. Me neither. I'm not a video game guy, so... Oh, welcome back, Brookside. 870s. What is an 870? Bolt action? I'm not sure. First-person shooter. Okay, gotcha. See, I don't know gaming lingo. So yeah, what is an 870? Is it like a bolt action, a semi-automatic? I'm thinking like a bolt action, but let's see here. He said Remington 870 pump action shotgun. Oh, I missed that. Made in 12 gauge and 20 gauge, a few 16. Nice. Is that the one that I saw a 16 gauge? It was a semi-automatic though. Remington. It was really good shape. Not quite mint, but almost. It was a semi-automatic. It's where it has that higher square top. The backside's like squared off and then goes across. I forget what model that is, but this one was like the special version of that in 16. Is it called Sweet something? I forget. Yours is a Police Magnum. Okay. Nice. You get more rounds that way in the Police Magnums, if I recall. And possibly you can shoot the bigger brass, higher power. 3.5 maybe, or definitely the 3-inch Magnums, the high brass stuff. Because if it's an older police one, it wouldn't have had the 3.5s. It would have been the 3 Magnums probably. So I've got a question to ask you guys. What do you think? I'll put it in the screen here. What do you think this thing's for? Maybe that little number right there will give it away. The last Black Ops game was cool at first because they actually listed the caliber of the gunshot. Nice. First other games not having... Yeah, I know. Mine has low tube capacity, 4 in the tube. Why? If it's a police mag... Oh, 3 inch, yeah. Or, you know what this weird looking thingy is? They're gun related. Give you that. Bob and Beavis and Butthead. Okay. Mine has low tube capacity. Yeah, that's weird. Does the crimp... This? Is that what you're talking about? You are correct. Now these are 24 gauge, which I'm going to use to put my 557 Schneider. I'll cut it down, anneal the edge, and put a 557 cartridge. But it'd be something similar to this. But this is way loose, where it rounds over this edge. I haven't used it yet. I normally just put a card in there and lower it down, and then hot glue gun it in. Yeah, I know, right? For a fishing reel. Yeah, I mean it's a fishing reel. See, folks? Whee! Oh, that's the wrong way. Is that the right? No, that's how you reel it in, right? And this puts the pressure on the back end while you're annealing the edge over and rounding it over. That would be, though, if you're having the shell totally full. I don't fill mine up totally full because I got these old Damascus barrels, and so I make them really light. So here's a 12. I just put a card in there and put hot glue gun at whatever height it ends up being, and leave these the normal length because it's double barrel, so you can put whatever length you want. And then this is the 10, and I do the same thing to that too. This one is BBs with 95 grains of Pyredex, but it's a BB size, actual BBs I put in here. I don't know what that would be considered. Number wet shot, I don't know. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, I do also have that other little thing I showed. Let me bring that up real quick. So this, I haven't used either of these yet. I haven't used this thing or the other, but this thingy, you open up, shove that in, put your primer in, right there, and then push, it puts your primer in for you. These are old. Like this one's definitely older. That 12 probably gave it away. Maybe it's 412 gauge. This one doesn't have a brand on it. Some are Ideal. The other one I forget if it has a brand. But they even had an older one of those brass shell rollovers. Annealing the round is what I'll have to do with this. So I need to cut the shell down shorter to the proper size, and then anneal it, as in like heat it up with a torch like you should, so it softens the metal, and then use my big old 557 Schneider dies to size it down. It's barely smaller than this, like it just barely tucks it in. But I have a friend who has an annealer machine, and so he's an older gentleman, one of my customers. He said, go ahead and come over when you got everything, which I have everything now other than lead. Come over, we'll cut them to size, anneal them, fit them in, and then get them ready for shooting. That's a 557. I had that out earlier. The other day I had it on the bottom here, but it's actually right here now, the one with that brass handle thing right there. It's really long and it's got brass there. That's a 577 Schneider. That one is made in Nepal, and it's technically a Lee Enfield, but it doesn't have the Lee Enfield symbol. I look up my model on Remington website to see where mine came from and what it was made for. It was used by the sheriff department for riot control to shoot rubber bullets and live rounds. So they were live rounds. They're kicking around in there and whee, flew out. One of these days it would be really nice to get a shotgun that shoots these. Anybody know what size that is? I've seen a few of them. I wonder if it's possible to reuse 22 LR rimfire casings. How would you use them? How would you undent the rim? You don't actually have to undent the rim because it only hits in one place. The rest of the rim would still be functional. You need to put... there was a local gun shop here. They're closed now because of some fishy stuff they allegedly did. But one of them, they had a buddy that would reload 22. And you have to use a certain type of paste-like primer substance that when it hits the rim again, it still works. Oh yeah, you saw that? I have a few there. Let me put this one here. I showed a short of my all the shotgun shell sizes that I have. I don't have a four bore or a 4 gauge shotgun shell. Someone said they did make a 6, but it's extremely rare. This is an 8. I do have stuff for 10. I have stuff for 12, obviously, stuff for 16, stuff for 20. And then this is a 410. And then that little dinky one down there that's brass is a rimfire shotgun shell called a 9mm Flowbert. I've got 2 of them back in that corner. I have a short on them. The problem is I think someone converted one of them to 38 long Colt. I just, before it fires, I got to make sure that it'll fit in there properly. And it's the same chamber pressure as that Flowbert 9mm brimfire. They're kind of like a UK British thing. They weren't super big here in the States. They're garden gun, single shot. Let's see here. The other one I bought that I think is a little nicer looking, it shoots in the center too, so I almost think someone might have converted that one as well. I told the company about it, that I bought it from used on the interwebs at GB. And they were like, well, you have to show us videos of how it's not working. Well, how do I send videos over messaging on GB? I could send pictures, but not videos. So I just kind of left it. I figured I can just shoot 38s through it, I guess. A box of 22 ammo is like $20 for 325 rounds, so it's probably more expensive to reload than to just buy. That's true. I think most of the time you can very easily get 22 ammo for 8 cents a round. Hey, George, welcome back. Welcome back, brother. Did you get kicked again in the center there? Hope not. Yeah, you can get 8 cents a round is normal for 22. Every once in a while you get them on sale. And I bought some 2 kegs of the 333, I think it was, or maybe it was the 555 pack. And I got it for like 6 cents. I think it was 6 or 5 cents around maybe. I forget. My local cow ranch was having a sale during Memorial Day. So I picked up some 22 of that. And when they have 9mm 124 on sale, I'll get that. But most of the time they have 115 only. And I don't normally buy that because I have a couple guns that don't like the 115s. So I just buy all 124s. Hey, if you're new to the chat, thank you for coming by. Appreciate it. If you want to subscribe, that would be great. If you're on the fence about it, look at my other shorts, see if you like it, subscribe, and yeah, maybe you already like it and you want to subscribe right now. And maybe you want to give it a like. So double tap the screen. Really appreciate it. I'm in my bed, comfy as ever. Good for you. Good for you. Let's see. You're probably Mexico, where you're at, would be 9:41, I believe. I think you're about an hour ahead of me. You'd be considered like Mountain Standard Time, I think. Which is what Arizona is, but we have daylight savings time, so... Or we don't, I mean. We don't have daylight savings time. So we are different than most Mountain Standard Times. Yeah, it's kind of weird, but at the same time, I grew up here, so I always liked it. Didn't have to move your clocks around time-wise in the fall, backwards, or in the spring, forward. The birds. Excuse me. Oh, I never put these cartridges in. Let's see, what's that one? It's a 300. And then look through a 3. And this one is the 762. Hey, dude, my bed is just hot after 11 hours of work. Yep. Oh, boy, I know all about those. When you have those long days and you say if you do a nice shower and then just... Gracias a Dios para una karma. That's very comfortable, right? I go to Finn, Feather and Fur. They sell guns. Okay, let me screenshot that. I gotta look that up. Camping gear and fishing gear. Is that a on-site, like online, or is that like what do you call it? In person, like Gander Mountain or Cabela's or Sportsman's Warehouse, Cal Ranch, yeah. Let's see, camping gear and fishing gear. They do sell often. I'll get a few boxes of 9mm Blazer for $10. Dude, oh sorry about that, brother. $10 for 50? That's good. I have gotten it for. Have we ever got a Blazer box? My Cal Ranch had them on sale, but I think they were $11.99 a box for 50. They're the brass, so you can reload them. They're not the copper. Hey, brother, if you need to go, that's fine. Long days, I get it. Thanks for hopping back on. I appreciate it. Just to say hi again, thank you so much, and hope to see you soon again. And I'm glad you've been coming over here as well. Continue to show support for the other guys too. At least hop over and double tap the screen, right? All right. Gracias para viene y también buenas noches, hermano. Adiós. Have the website and mail them. Okay. Igual. Gracias. Okay, so don't worry, man. Okay, we'll be here tomorrow. It's sort of like a Bell's. Okay. I'll look them up because maybe they can. Do they have like Freedom's Munitions have if you a lot of times they'll have these sales if you spend more than $200, which is easy to do with ammo. It's free shipping. Now I wonder if they are on their website have something similar that if you order and get free shipping. I did order a tube extension from an 870 and a mag pull hand guard for it as well. Looking into stocks and side holders as well. Side holders for the like extra ammo. That's cool. I like that. My shotguns are not the tactical or like mid tactical, like the police style, kind of a mid tactical. Mine are all like old style, like wood stocks, pump action. I got a Remington 1200, a Sears and Roebuck. That's a 1200 series. It's modeled after the Remington. Not after, it is. It's the same thing. Remington made it then when mine was made. And then I have a Weatherby 20 gauge, really beautiful gun, like 2 nicks on the wood. Got it used for really cheap. I was shocked. Mantequilla. Yeah, I know what that is. Yep, we know what mantequilla is. That could either be butter or a type of mayonnaise type of material. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. At least in Honduras, mantequilla means that. It could be like a butter or like a type of mayonnaise, like if I recall. And then, of course, you got crema, which is just like sour cream. Is that the only Spanish word you knew? So you just threw it out there? Yeah, see, butters. Yep. I'm not sure about like shortening or lards. That's probably a little bit different. I know that from South Park. That was one we weren't allowed to watch. There was a few other cartoons we were allowed to watch growing up, which was rare. Or if we were at a cousin's place, we would watch some. But like South Park, Biblioteca, that's a library, yeah. Wash your hands, yeah. South Park, no. Simpsons, no. Family Guy, no. American Dad, no. Like, we didn't watch all that stuff. Like, we rarely had our TV out. It was like in the closet unless World Series came by or news that hit, or we decided to go to Blockbusters or all those other Hollywood Video, or there was a couple other mom and pop ones that were in grocery stores we'd go to and rent. I want to put wood furniture on it, but surplus furniture for it costs way too much. Last time I seen police wood furniture. Have you checked Woox? WOOX? I don't know how much they are, but they probably carry something for the 870 because that's a common one. I mean, that's one of the better shotguns there are, an 870. $800. Yeah, Woox might be the same, but you're getting brand new. So maybe check them out. Woox, WOOX. Quite a bit of people get those. But The Simpsons was the only show I was allowed to watch as a kid. Yeah, Simpsons is a another one's Rugrats. That one's kind of crude too in a way. But Simpsons was borderline. Sometimes they would have some stuff creep in, but most of the time it was just funniness and just making fun of people some, and then just comedy. I started watching South Park when I was like 12. Okay. Squidbillies and all the Adult Swim shows were my favorite. Yeah, I'm sure the adult shows were. I don't know what Squidbillies are. They did cuss as bad as Simpsons. Didn't cuss bad. Oh, I didn't think the Simpsons cussed that much, other than saying like bywords, like shoot and darn it or something like that. I don't know. I look at Wooks and they're about the same price. Okay, so you either need to decide: do I want surplus look and maybe like the old style, or do I want a little modern but new Wooks? Good question. Good idea. Yeah, that's for you to decide, I guess. You haven't seen Squidbillies? No, I haven't. No. Or Rugrats. No, never even heard of them actually. Rugrats I have, but not Squidbillies. Simpsons mostly say damn, hell, and that. Okay, yeah, you're right. Those would be the three they'd use, or darn it, I think. Then they would say like son of a biscuit, I think. They wouldn't say the actual. Thankfully. It was probably rated PG, more than likely. Versus the others are 13, PG-13 or higher. Mature. I'll probably be on another 10 minutes or so, and then we'll wind down. I like going at least an hour and a half, 2 hours. We're almost at 2, so. 2 people in the chat. It's probably just you two yet. Prepper and Seuss. Appreciate you staying by. There's usually 1 or 2 stragglers that'll just stay until the end. I really appreciate that. Sometimes it's Sane. Sometimes it's Micah. Sometimes it's, Prepper here. Or some others. Sorry guys, I'm typing over here on Below Average Utah Dad a little bit. Let's see here. Will I go traveling? Okay. I went with plastics as a shotgun, most likely going to be my better shotgun in the back of the truck. Yeah, that's a good truck gun, no joke. Yeah, and then your handgun off to the side or on your side. Regrets is more like under 8-year demographics Squidbillies. That's Regrets is a TV show, I guess, for kids. Very raunchy, yeah. It depicts redneck squids shooting guns and smoking. Okay. Given my grown up around such things, it wasn't too crazy. That's true. Like maybe that was normal life for you. Beater, yep. Rugrats. Okay, that's what you meant instead of regrets. I can't spell night. It's autofix too, Nice setup. Hey, radio, welcome. So that's a couple of the guns I have there. Appreciate you coming by, radio. And then we've got a couple set up here. I separated them earlier because someone else wanted to know, zoomed in close. We got a Mauser 8mm. It's an older one though, it's a 39. And then we've got the SKS in the center, and then a Mosin Nagant right there, the second one over, and then a 303 British. Of course, you've seen this one a few times, I believe, the 338 Lapua. We got a couple here, single shot on top, 25 caliber rimfire, and this is a 25-20, Model 92 Winchester, Model 92 32-20. That one's in 1895. This is a 25-35, 1915. That one's a late 1800s too, and this one's a 1905 or something. Then my double barrel 10 gauge, shotgun, Beretta Silverhawk. Got a load of guns and ammos there. Of course, we got more guns in there. And then we've got our stuff here. 10 gauge single shot on the top, New England's Arms. Second one down, 16 gauge Zastava M75. Then we got a H.J. Sterling's 12 gauge exposed hammer, and a 12 gauge F. Williams exposed hammer, and then exposed hammer 10 gauge on the bottom. I want a shotgun, probably a break action or a lever 410. I have a break action 410. I have not showed it yet. It's a Ivor Johnson gun shop special. 125 burgers, I believe. Not bad. I shot an SKS with a full auto. Cool, man. That would be fun. I hear those things rack fast. That's when you need That's when you need this normal size magazine, right? Because this fits in there. I haven't tried it yet, so I don't know if it works well or not. That's a normal size. Hey, thank you. I've got a couple more in the safe. Last night I had one of my lever action 300 Savage in model 99. It's an oddball looking lever. And then I have a 3030 I had out here the other day as well. It's a Rossi. And then I have a lever action 22 Henry. They removed the wood frame and put on a polymer version with tack. Yeah, some people do that. It was honestly slower firing than anything than I thought it would be, like video games, SMG speeds. Okay, I heard they were fast. Someone just was telling me about that. I think it was Fall Man last night, FAL Man. He was saying, yeah, I've heard that when those are full auto, those things rack. So I don't know. Maybe it depends on what you're comparing it to, obviously, because there's obviously like some 9mm. I mean, they just go at it. I keep sending messages over there at Below Average Utah Dad saying, I'm still live, come on over at Desert Army and more. I think that's how Call Me Radio came over. Oh. Oh, he just shouted me out. I put on there and he's like, everybody go over there, go check him out, and go check so-and-so out too. Fallout, I think he said. Hopefully they can pop on before too late. Someone's like, I like Mossberg shotguns. Yeah, the Maverick 88s I hear are pretty good. I think that's what they're called. At least that's what I hear. I don't own a Maverick. I've got Sears from Roebuck, Beretta, all this other stuff. I do the same thing, brother. Like, I'll see who all is live of the gun channels. And then, yeah, I'll go through them. I'll click on their live feeds and double tap. Because I'm like, I like getting liked so that way the algorithm works good. And so I'll try to do the same. And so I like right now I have Below Average Utah Dad in the background, where I can type in a little bit off and on to ask them to come over if they don't mind. And then yeah, later I'll go through and see who's live. I had a Henry bolt action when I was 16. A bolt action Henry. It must have been an older one. I expected the bigger cow guns. They let me try to be similar in noise and recoil. I was mistaken. What it was it chambered in? A Henry bolt action. Okay. See, I have a Henry 22 lever. The problem is it has issues. I put maybe 300 rounds through it. Okay, it's a 22 bolt action Henry. Huh. I put maybe 300 rounds through it, up and close it. The what was that? Someone try to contact me? I'm not sure. The slide that pushes the bullet forward doesn't set forward all the way, so you have to do like 3 shots. It's kind of weird. That was weird. It looked like someone tried to call me or leave a voice message or something. A little green mic came up in the corner and then disappeared. Not sure what that was. Oh, well, what in the world? The live restarted. How'd that happen? Did you guys see that? My live was 2 hours. As soon as it hit the 2-hour mark, it disappeared and went to 2 minutes. What? I sure hope it saved my other one. It just disappeared. Come on, YouTube, don't tell me. You just totally wiped me out. It was my grandfather's when I was moved to Ohio. I left it behind. The drug crime got 2 years. I left home at 17. Haven't been farming since. Been living better in Ohio with my lady for 9 years. Healthier and less chaos. Yeah. But, yeah, I just had a live. We just hit over 2 hours. When that little mic popped up, it shut off and reset the live counter to 2 minutes. Okay, that ticks me off because if I don't have those 2 hours, what are we talking for? What is the live for then? Yeah, I know they're doing that, but I didn't know they would do that. Like literally, unless it saved it, I hope so. Man, that is just because, it just took 2 hours of my life away. Oh, well, we'll have to check it. Yeah, no joke. They're probably like, yeah, they delete this thing and click, click, click. We know you're Republican because you have guns. Guess what? There's Democrats with guns too. Hear that, YouTube? There's quite a few of them. Joe Biden said a shotgun was good. I believe Kamala Harris has a gun, if I recall. Yeah, I know. I have a feeling they probably totally disappeared it and I don't even have it. So now we only have 4 minutes of live. How do you like that? Yeah. That little mic popped up and totally disappeared with it. I don't know, guys. Well, I'm going to just wind down, I guess. And if it disappeared, it disappeared. And I'll just be ticked off and send them a message or something. Yeah, Pepperbox you got to pay for, though, don't you? And Rumble hasn't taken off yet with 2A stuff. But Pepperbox, I think you have to do stuff with it. He's on Rumble. Okay. Yeah. I don't know what's going on. I hope I can figure something out. But again, guys, thank you all for coming to Desert Armory and More. We really appreciate you coming. It looks like we just had a third person come in the chat. Yes, and so is some others. The people that took the place of Demo Ranch, Diverse Hires, and I think Brandon Herrera is over there. But anyways, thank you all for stopping by. I appreciate the subscriptions I got through this. If I got any, I believe I got one at least. And the thumbs up, we got 17. Thank you all for coming by. We had a 2 hour and 5 minute chat. Unfortunately, I think YouTube blocked us and shut us off at 2 hours. So I don't know if you're going to see the 2 hour live. Hopefully. But anyways, this is a lemon that was a curveball for me. And when life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Trust God instead. Thank you, and you'll have a blessed rest of your night. Stay strapped and one in the barrel.